Hey there, Coastal Bend. Chris Thomasson here, joined by Ben Bolt-Palito Blanco head coach Mark DelPercio. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Chris. I appreciate it.
All right, yes, sir. We are just a few days away from the start of the season later on Friday. Let's start off. I know you guys have more starters back than I think anybody else in the Coastal Bend on both sides of the ball. I want to say around 19 total. Have you noticed the difference in camp and even this offseason and, with all the guys you have back?
I have, yeah. It's an interesting dynamic because in a small school such as Ben Bolt-Palito Blanco, we didn't have a lot of seniors last year. Three seniors and just had a couple of them that played. And so to have the opportunity to bring the returning class back, but what I'm most excited about is the leadership and the team chemistry that this team has brought, and I think that really began a couple of years ago when I first got here, and we started a leadership council and began the kind of the guys' understanding of how to play the game and how to be great leaders. And so that to me, I think, has been instrumental in the successful camp we've had. Has been our leadership.
Yeah, that makes total sense, having those guys that have played all those reps. Now, I know district play didn't go the way you guys wanted to last year, but being in the smaller district, you did get in the playoffs. So how valuable was that experience for the guys?
I enjoyed it with the fact that you get a first round opponent like Shiner, and you can look at it one of two ways. I mean, hey, Shiner's, I think they eventually ended up losing a state championship game, but you get to see where you want to be. You get to see a program that has had a perennial powerhouse that is doing a lot of things the right way, and you take a look at that program and say, okay, let's learn from what we're doing from our opponent, and let's use that as a means for us to get better. And so, to me, it's been a great experience. Anytime you get a chance to play football after 10 games in a regular season, you get excited about that. So, regardless of the opponent, so I'm very excited that we had that opportunity, and we look forward to that possible opportunity again this year.
Now, just from what you've seen so far in the summer and early fall, what are some potential strengths of this team early on?
The strength, certainly, as I said earlier, is the leadership and the team chemistry that we've created amongst the team. We bring back our offensive weapons, our running back, quarterback, our receivers. We need to do a better job of making sure we protect the quarterback and opening up holes. And I think we've been working very hard in the offseason on that. Defensively, there were some improvements to made, and I think we've grown leaps and bounds there as well. And so I think just a general, as I said, leadership, intensity, and team chemistry is what I'm most excited about as strengths of the team that's going into the season.
All right, now let's talk district. Obviously, we mentioned last year it ended up being a four-teamer with Bruni kind of dropping out or dropping down. But, with a little bit more teams this year, what are your thoughts on the district?
That's a very challenging district. I think it's one that it becomes interesting with Santa Maria moving into the district. Levy has been had a stranglehold in the district the last couple of years. Rivera's moving down as well. So there's a couple of schools there. Plus some of the old. The ones that were part of our district last year. It becomes very interesting this year. I think it certainly is going to be a battle week in and week out, and I think that sharpens you for the postseason if you do it the right way.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. You guys open, at home against Skidmore-Tynan Friday, right?
We do, yes, sir. We're at home this Friday night against a very good Skidmore-Tynan team. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Coach DelPercio, I appreciate it, and good luck this year.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.